September 19th, 2021, 25th Sunday in Ordinary Time.
A reading from the Book of Wisdom. The wicked say, "Let us beset the just one, because he is obnoxious to us. He sets himself against our doings, reproaches us for transgressions of the law, and charges us with violations of our training. Let us see whether his words be true. Let us find out what will happen to him. For if the just one be the Son of God, God will defend him and deliver him from the hand of his foes. With revilement and torture, let us put the just one to the test, that we may have proof of his gentleness and try his patience. Let us condemn him to a shameful death, for, according to his own words, God will take care of him." The word of the Lord.
A reading from the letter of St. James. Beloved, where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there is disorder and every foul practice. But the wisdom from above is first of all pure, then peaceable, gentle, compliant, full of mercy and good fruits, without inconstancy or insincerity. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace for those who cultivate peace. Where do the wars and where do the conflicts among you come from? Is it not from your passions that make war within your members? You covet, but do not possess. You kill and envy, but you cannot obtain. You fight and wage war. You do not possess because you do not ask. You ask, but do not receive, because you ask wrongly, to spend it on your passions. The word of the Lord.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Jesus and his disciples left from there and began a journey through Galilee, but he did not wish anyone to know about it. He was teaching his disciples and telling them, "The Son of Man is to be handed over to men, and they will kill him. And 3 days after his death, the Son of Man will rise." But they did not understand the saying, and they were afraid to question him. They came to Capernaum, and once inside the house, he began to ask them, "What were you arguing about on the way?" But they remained silent. They had been discussing among themselves on the way who was the greatest. Then he sat down, called the 12, and said to them, "If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all and the servant of all." Taking a child, he placed it in their midst, and putting his arms around it, he said to them, "Whoever receives one child such as this in my name receives me. And whoever receives me receives not me, but the one who sent me." The Gospel of the Lord.
Saint Augustine has been asked, "What are the cardinal virtues?" And he said in reply, "The first virtue is humility. The second is humility. The third is humility. And the fourth is humility." It signifies that humility is the foundation of all virtues. In the Gospel, we have heard that Jesus told his disciples about his crucifixion and resurrection. But they did not understand what is the meaning of this. It was only after the resurrection of Jesus, through the help of the Holy Spirit, things come clear to them with great conviction of faith. So the disciples were confused and as human as they are, their only concern was who is the greatest among them, or who will take over as a leader if their master will die. So Jesus called them and said, "If anyone wishes to be first, he shall be the last of all, and the servant of all." My dear friends, brothers and sisters, this invitation of Jesus is for everybody. Neither you are rich nor poor, educated or illiterate, old or young. This Christian calling for service is an opportunity for all. But yet, this is impossible to realize if we don't practice the virtue of humility. Saint Augustine says, "It was pride that changed angels into devils. It is humility that makes men as angels." Brothers and sisters, pride is the opposite of humility. If you let pride will take over in your heart, then it is very hard to open ourselves in service toward others. It is very hard to forgive others. It is very hard to accept some correction from others. You become self-righteous, close-minded, and selfish. Thus, Jesus used the image of a child to remind ourselves on how we relate toward others with great humility. First, the child is simple and poor. The humble Christian is making themselves poor for the sake of others. At this moment of pandemic, many are doing charitable works, sharing their blessings for those who have not. In spite that, they are also affected economically, but they are able to share blessings with great joy. Second, the child is trustful. The humble Christian recognizes God always as the center of his life. He lived in accordance to God's will and not on his personal satisfaction. He recognizes God provides everything, and he believes that everything comes from God. So there is no room for self-righteous and proud. Third, the child is humble. The true Christian does things with humble heart. He do good things because he is humble. He forgives because he is humble. He likes to serve others because he is humble. He gives joy, peace, and love toward others because he is humble. My dear friends, brothers and sisters, today the disciples were asking, who will be the greatest among them? And humanly speaking, we are also tempted to ask the same question because we wish to be a leader by our own. But naturally, we are born to be a leader, not to control and to manipulate others, but a leader who knows how to serve with great love and humble of heart. To the parents in the family, be a good leader to your children. To those in the positions, in different professions and offices, be a good leader to your co-workers. To those who are in public offices, be a good leader to the people whom you serve. Pope Francis says, a Christian who did not serve with humble heart and love is not a Christian. A blessed Sunday to everyone, and may God bless you.